July 2018, activists from around the world gathered in the Sicilian town of Palermo. They were going to break the Israeli blockade over Gaza by sailing 4 boats to deliver a cargo of hope. On board one of these boats, Freedom, 10 brave activists and 2 journalists were commanded by Captain John Turnbull, set sail east on a journey that would bring these 12 strangers into the hands of destiny and unite them as a family.
Y nos encontramos en nuestro segundo día de viaje ahora mismo a bordo de el Freedom, una de las 3 embarcaciones que forman parte de esta expedición rumbo a Gaza, junto con el Al-Auda, que significa el retorno en árabe, así como con el Palestine.
Of course, I don't want to get killed. I have very much to live for. But this is also an act of freedom. If I feel free in whatever I do, I can go where I want, live my life how I want, but I can also use this freedom to get other people free, and then it's totally worth it in the end.
Well, I strongly believe that we are a non-violent, peaceful mission, which brings solidarity and love and hope for the Palestinians of Gaza.
Es algo que ya conocemos, es algo que ya sabemos de otros países. Tenemos el ejemplo del apartheid de Sudáfrica. Solo la convivencia en paz hará un país más próspero y más feliz.
Well, we're not a military operation, so we have no weapons at all at our disposal, except maybe the knife that's being used to cut up vegetables for dinner. The only tool we have as activists and as members of Western nations that call themselves democracies, and are for the most part, the only weapon we have is public pressure on our governments to place pressures appropriately on Israel to change Israel's behavior over the long term.
To all the good people of Israel, to all our friends, I know our contribution is small, but we do what we can. And to the people who oppose us in Israel, I'd like to say you have the power to gain ground, but you might lose your souls.
C'est quelque chose à laquelle j'ai réfléchi et j'ai eu peur avant de partir. J'ai énormément réfléchi, je savais de ce dont il s'agissait. Ensuite, on ne peut pas laisser faire toutes les horreurs qui existent. Les horreurs existent dans tous les pays et elles montent dans tous les pays. Avoir conscience de ce qui arrive à Gaza aujourd'hui, en fait, c'est si on ne fait rien, c'est accepter que ses propres libertés actuelles et futures soient bafouées comme celles du peuple palestinien. J'ai des compétences de savoir faire de la voile. J'ai des opinions une morale personnelle qui fait que en fait, j'ai toujours été attaché à l'émancipation des peuples et je ne pouvais pas faire autrement que de proposer de pouvoir être là aujourd'hui.
That's for me. I born one time and I die one time. It's better die with the human than living a long time and don't care about the people.
Actually, I don't know what I do when I'm there. I'm gonna cry, I think. But to reach Gaza, it would be marvelous. Just to they know, the Palestinians know that we haven't forgotten them.
I would tell them that Indians were people with human rights. The Armenian people, they were people with human rights. The Vietnamese people, they were human people with human rights. And the Palestine people, they are people with all the rights everyone has to have in the world.
If you see this message, the crew and the boat has been captured and we've been kidnapped on international water. Our boat has been captured by Israeli forces.
If this year's Freedom Flotilla succeeds in breaking the illegal blockade on Gaza, it will be the first boat to do so in many years, with the aim of keeping the blockade lifted for good.
We will sail for your
Al-Auda and Freedom were captured by Israeli forces in international waters and towed to an Israeli port with just a few days difference. This amazing journey ended in prison, where Captain John Turnbull celebrated his birthday, surrounded by dead cockroaches, nasty prison guards, the worst jam and bread ever, and the crew from Freedom. A year later, Israel still hasn't delivered the aid on board both of the boats and has conducted a deadly campaign that has killed thousands of Palestinians. This is why the Freedom Flotilla initiative, as many as other similar initiatives, are more important than ever. They become, for a brief moment, the voice of the Palestinians living under siege in Gaza and the West Bank. This video is dedicated to the crew of the Freedom and to all the people of Palestine.
We're gonna rise like the water, gonna break this blockade down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, free, free Gaza now. We're gonna rise like the water, gonna break this blockade down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, free, free Gaza now.